Tim Weinhart started working in the golf shop at an early age, and it was here that he began to work on his game and see tremendous growth.
I hit so many balls first couple months that we were members there, and Mom and Dad are like, you know, you don't need to hit this many balls, it costs this much money. And I'm like, okay. So I go out there and I start chipping and putting, and Dave Barry was the golf pro. Dave saw that I wasn't hitting balls, and he grabbed an old 7-iron and he said, you hit all the balls out of the woods and back into the range. He goes, you can get all the balls you want for free. And I'm like, I'm in.
He went on to have a successful high school golf career. In fact, 4 of the 6 players on his high school golf team turned pro. At the age of 19, Weinhart turned professional, and 4 years later became one of the youngest PGA members in the country to earn the PGA's highest ranking of Class A.
Tim and I get to talking a little bit. It turns out we had met each other through a mutual friend. He walks out of the shop, and my assistant pro, who knows Tim and knows how good he is, says, you're going to gamble with Tim on Monday, are you? I said, yeah. I kind of make the fishing sound like I'm reeling someone in. He goes, I said, he better pack a lunch. He goes, well, here. He pulls his money clip out and throws it on the counter and said, he better pack a lunch. You better pack a little more cash. This guy's really good. And so it turns out he was really good.
Nobody I've ever seen can pitch it better than Tim Weinhart. He is a magician, pitching the ball and then putt it as good as anybody I've ever seen.
I remember my first tournament was my playing ability test. We could actually do it in a tournament back then. So that was like in 89 or 90, and I played it in the Perry Classic. And I think I made $57.
Since that tournament, his resume is staggering. He's one of only 4 players to win the Georgia PGA Grand Slam. That includes the Georgia Open, Georgia PGA Championship, Atlanta Open, and Georgia PGA Match Play Championship. Weinhart has amassed more than 20 Georgia PGA tournament victories, but one victory stands out.
I found out that day that my grandmother had passed. And I went out and I bogeyed the first hole. And then I shot 65. I'm in the woods, I've got nothing, and I just basically hit a wedge, and I knocked it out of the woods, over a bunker, up a hill to like 4 feet. Give me 1,000 balls, I could never do it again. It's just one of those things. And I knocked it in, and I won the tournament.
Weinhart has received the Georgia PGA Player of the Year award a record 10 times and has been the recipient of the Georgia PGA's Greg Wolf Award, a record-setting 9 times for low stroke average. He's competed in several national events, including the U.S. Open, PGA Championship, and PGA Professional National Championship.
One of those guys, you look at the leaderboard and go, you know you're going to have to compete against him. You got to beat him. He's one of the guys you've got to beat in our section, and not just in our section, but across the board in national events and any place you play. You're going to have to, if you're going to win, if you're going to be competitive, you got to be able to play with him.
In 2003, I got to represent the United States in the PGA Cup matches. So representing your country is as good as it gets. And I'll never forget that. That was, seeing the flag go up, play the anthem, that was a huge deal.
With as many memories as Weinhart has made competing on the golf course, he has just as many as a teacher of the game, growing the next generation.
The biggest thing, how the teaching came about, was really had everything to do with Jimmy Mosley. I was working at that driving range of my friends out in Winder, and Mr. Mosley showed up one day. He just said, you're going to start for me next week. And he goes, and from there, he goes, you're going to watch me teach. And he goes, you're going to learn how to teach.
What struck me about Tim was he wanted to know everything about how to be a better player and how to make other people better players. He really loved teaching. And I told him I'd been privy to a couple influential teachers in my time, and he wanted to know everything. There's nothing he didn't want to know about these guys and what they told me.
Practicing for tournaments while teaching 7 to 8 lessons each day is something Weinhart wouldn't be able to do without the support and encouragement from his wife.
My wife, Penelope, God bless her, she's an amazing woman. She said, you you need to take a little bit of time for you. And I'm like, what's that mean? So, yeah, she's special.
Recently turning 50 and entering the senior ranks, Weinhart has already captured several Georgia PGA senior titles during his first year of eligibility.
He's coming there just like what I did when I turned 50. He's coming in there as dominating. He is raining on myself and Craig and Sonny's parade, and I expect him to continue to do that.
It's been a long time since I've been a rookie, you know, and as a senior, all of a sudden I'm not the shortest guy anymore. I'm still not the longest guy. Probably never will be, and I'm all right with that now. After about 30 some odd years, I think I've accepted it.